We're all spectating. We're all up. It's all fan-dabby-do. So let's just move the chair backwards. Good. There we go. Alright. hello, and welcome to the finale of Formula 2 here at Mexico Multiplayer on PSGL site. I'm joined today with the lovely Big C. He will speak in a moment. He's just having a mouthful of donut.
Yeah, I'm done, but yeah, thanks for having me, Lordy. And, it's a big night tonight with the F2 Drivers Champion finally being crowned here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit.
Yes, thank you, Big C. The Autodromo James Rodriguez circuit, as he said, fantastic circuit. One of the biggest grandstand sections in all of Formula One history. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. Not one of my favourite tracks personally, but it appeals to a wide audience, especially the South American audience. Big C, what's your take on this track?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an iconic venue, it was on the calendar in the 80s, but I think it's lost its, really character, it's quite a bit of a dull circuit, the races aren't too entertaining, but, this high altitude could play, its part, and obviously, the title race and the title finale should make it interesting, and with safety cars as well. So I think the track's a bit dull, but it's a big occasion, Lordy, and, that's why we can look forward to today's race.
Yeah, big occasion. Got the likes of Black Phoenix, CC Brain, Luke Green, all fighting for the title here tonight, and it's a big day for the Red Bull boys, and also the sister team Toro Rosso, really fighting tooth and nail. Hopefully tonight for the coveted F2 title and a chance to be at Brazil for the Race of Champions. So yeah, a lot on the line, but we do know Luke Green. He does like to crack under pressure a bit, Big C. So it is a big occasion for him.
It is indeed, and we've got JPTV in the chat, so good evening to JPTV, Lordy. So I'm just going to share the link out and so you can just speak a bit more.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Get everybody watching as you can on the streams. F2 normally gets a lovely 200 views pushing it sometimes. Thanks to me. It's all me. That's all me. But it used to be known as the Graveyard Shift, and Matt Romano did a fantastic job of entertaining the likes of last season's viewers in the Graveyard Shift. But it's not anymore. It's one of the most thrilling and anticipated leagues on the calendar. F2 has really risen to the occasion, and it's nice to have a commentator that's competent, unlike some that you've had before.
Yeah, Lordy, good to see you're throwing shade already. And obviously this race, we'll talk about the standings very shortly, Lordy, but this race actually can be a two-stop strategy. So I think it could be really interesting, especially with the safety car prospects as well.
Yeah, the high tyre pressures coming into play with some drivers maybe wanting to maximise the qualifying performance and do the two-stop during the race. But I don't know, I think if you want a safe strategy, it has to be the one-stop. Most tracks do optimise the one-stop strategy, and especially around here, it is going to be the one to go for, in my opinion. But regardless, we do have people on laps like Dutch Tricks, and he in the Ferrari, the number 34, just coming into the middle sector now, really undulating through the left-hander. Very slow section, the start of the middle sector is. It's just a lot of left-handers, not the most appealing part of the circuit, but then when you get further in, you really get to the fast left-right twisty bits, and that's what you like to see. Cars going 120 miles an hour through fast left-right sections, wheel users having a field day, but the pad users probably hating it. So, but then you've got the final sector, Big C, very slow, the grandstand sections. Look at all the fans, the applause, the ambience there with all the people.
Yeah.
Celebrating as you come round.
I'll share the links and I'll wear it to the title, so who are we on board with?
Yeah, Dutch at the moment as he's crossed the line and goes pole position, fantastic, 114.2 on the soft tyres. He's the only one to set a lap, so let's see what anybody else can do.
Yeah, I'm a bit aloof at the minute. Obviously I was a bit I wasn't expecting to commentate on it all that jazz, but yeah, Greeny with a 55.2 in the middle section. Greeny, I think, is a man who can win races in this region already, but he's a man who can easily bottle it as he is on this lap.
Yeah, as Silas Agard crosses the line and sets a 1:14.9 as pole position chops and changes as Josh goes pole position now in the Williams, and I will go on board with Greeny, who's so far down it's unbelievable as he crosses the line, but as you said, bottles the lap unfortunately with his teammate CC Brain currently about to start a lap, and the slipstream train, as they love to do in qualifying, is optimised to perfection. Greeny pulls out of the way of his teammate as he enters turn 1, a slow braking zone into third gear for this tricky section, and I think CC's messed it up already, but he might have got away with the corner cutting as he carries on them soft tyres. Just finishing the first sector, Greeny actually compromising him into the slow braking zone. Big C really waiting till the last minute to get out the way, and probably more of a hindrance than anything.
Yeah, definitely. You know, these two have been teaming up all season in terms of giving 6 hours, and people are saying I'm too quiet, so can I just keep an update on if I am too quiet and what the actual issue is. So yeah, on board with CC banging through this middle sector. Very tricky high-speed corners, easy to run wide and invalidate his lap time. So what can the German title contender do in this final tricky low-speed section, Lordy?
Yeah, let's see what he can set at the moment. Just scrolling through the field, see if anybody else is out on a soft lap as well. As we see Toro Rosso of Black Phoenix in the wall, nearly Big C, turn 3. So not having a good time out there. As we've also got VRT Zach cutting a lot of corners for straight lines, the middle sector pretty much, and he's coming to the end of the lap. There's yellow flags in sector 1, but we're going to ignore that as Zach comes through now in the Haas. Really loves to extend the track to his heart's desires really, and it just doesn't look very nice. We're going to go off board with him, try and give somebody else some coverage. I think Tico or Kurax will be the next of you. They're on outlaps at the moment, or Tim.
Yeah. And it's good news to see that my voice is fine. It's just the bug get PS4's cause the issue. I know mine's quite loud as well. So.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm sitting so far. I'm on the other side of the room.
Yeah, I've moved away a little bit from it, but I've still got to see, you know, the computer screen, but the monitor.
Yeah, of course. You got to have all your facts and statistics up.
I do agree, and it might as well. We've not really gone through it quickly, so I'm going to quickly go through. We've got Black Phoenix leading the way on 86 points, so he is 9 points clear. 9 points clear. No, yeah, 9 points clear. Thomas in second with CC Brain 16 points on third. So yeah, unlikely for CC, but Toxic I won't rule out given that Black Phoenix can struggle for actual raw pace sometimes.
Yeah, true. Black Phoenix has been one of the most influential drivers in the Formula 2, really a real good role model for these drivers to look up to in terms of consistency and, you know, raw performance. But like you say, sometimes can lack that sort of cutting edge that some drivers can possess in this league, and it's really a detriment, especially when you're fighting for a title, when you know you're not at 100%, like Black Phoenix sometimes can struggle with. But anyway, regardless of the points and what's happening currently, we're going to go on board with Tico, who's currently on the lap at the moment. Really stretching his legs as he downshifts to 6 to really undulate the Ferrari through, nearly losing the back end coming through the middle sector. Tico did very well to keep it and to carry on his lap. Takes a lot of curb on exit, and we'll be surprised if he gets penalised for that. But he's down to first gear and then second, and he's just messed up his gear shifts going through the final sector. A bit of rust, I think, for Tico. He might actually abort this lap because it wasn't brilliant. No, he's going to finish it anyway, and it's going to put him nowhere. He did get invalidation for going wide and coming into the last sector.
It would have been good enough for P5 or P6, but yeah, a very scruffy final sector from Tico. They're really struggling with the low speed section. So yeah, interesting to see Josh on pole position, obviously not fighting the title. Forbes eyeing a seat in F1 for next season on a 41, so some strong lap times, but the best still yet to come, Lordy.
Yeah, true, and Tim is looking very mighty out there as well in the Mercedes. Not heard too much of Tim. I believe he's one of the newcomers that has joined Formula 2. He's run out of ERS coming to the line, but it's a very nice lap from Tim, and he goes P2, Big C, on a 14.1. So very nice from that man.
Yeah, a very good lap, and obviously Tim really is just trying out this season. You know, he joined for the last 2 rounds as his evaluation process, so pretty decent. And yeah, Lordy, obviously got the new track map. You didn't commentate last week, did you? So you know the new track map.
Yeah,
if it's red, it means they've invalidated. So
okay.
Keep an eye out.
More advancements. Fantastic. That's what you like to see. Yeah, I've got the full track map up, so I can really see everybody and all the action that's going on. But I think Josh, as Dutch goes fastest with a 1:14.0. Nobody to touch the 13s yet, but Josh is looking very mighty as he comes into the last sector. But I think, like you said, Big C, it is invalid because all the track's red. So
yeah, it is for me as well, Lordy. He did do a green first sector. It's good that they can say green sectors, purple sectors on the lines of the purple. So it's good to see, you know, Conor is actually doing something with their game.
Yeah, it's really good seeing these advancements, even though the gameplay is utter garbage. But anyway,
sorry, Thomas has gone purple in the middle sector.
Thomas, where is Thomas? Oh, there he is. I was struggling to find him on the screen, but here he is coming through the final sector. Oh, downshifts very aggressively. I think it cost him a bit of time there, Big C, coming through the final corner, but gets it going to the line, and it's P2. Look how close it is. Oh, Thomas really just lost that time in the final corner.
He did indeed, perhaps really make for a lower downforce set. I'm not too sure, and it's good to see JP saying he's enjoying Isla, but Isla aren't doing another season, JP. So why don't you return to PSGL? You're home.
Yeah, I do agree. There's more action in PSGL than ILR and One Hub put together at the moment, so this is the place to be.
Oh, Greedy!
That's Greedy!
Out of nowhere, Lordy. That man, he's just loving it at the minute. What form he's in.
I know, it's crazy. Get him in F1, Big C. That's what I say. Get him in F1. That man on a 13.8, obviously Slipstream definitely coming into play as he now Slipstream CC. We will stay on board for a full lap for CC. I do want to see what this man can do, but fantastic lap. A 1:13.8 from Greeny, and that's going to be tricky to beat round here.
It will indeed. So you could see the Red Bulls really, you know, making the most of each other's toes and Slipstream, but it can be very distracting, Lordy. You know, you can easily put off and lose a few tenths of a second.
Yeah, Greeny does seem to be aiding his teammate down the straights, but when it comes to the braking zones, he really loves to stick it in front. So I don't know, I personally, I'd be a bit put off by that Red Bull just sticking it wherever, but nah, I think CC's messed up his lap. Yeah, invalid, so CC can't get his act together down there in 20th.
Yeah, but Lordy, it's a title pressure. Look at him. Look at Black Phoenix. Look at Toxic Tomato. There's no lap times on the board. People are getting nervous, Lordy.
Oh, Zach 13th.
Who is he?
I don't know. BRT Zach 6. I've never seen his name on any leaderboard or score sheet or whatever you want to call it. But he's put it top, and Greeny must be in tears. Oh, that pole position lap looks certain, but Zach out of nowhere just obliterates it by 2 tenths. So well done to Zach.
I do agree. I'm going to inquire who this Zach guy is. I should know, but I don't.
Yeah, get some details and some information on these drivers. The more we know, the better. Just going to keep on board with Raikkonen. He's really wringing every single last inch of torque out of this car. He's really going for it. So aggressive on the up and down shifts. It's like a rally cross from Raikkonen. But oh, he's gone wide there, and yeah, went wide on one of the S sections, caught the curb, and it just sent him too wide going into the right-hander, and he's had to abort, unfortunately. But Tico looks like he's just about to start his lap as well. Yeah, he's up to 4th. So I want to get a nice full lap in from a driver. I hate keep cutting people off. So I am going to stay with Tico, only unless he does invalidate his lap, as he does just invalidate his lap as soon as I say it. So well done, Tico. Thank you very much for that. We've got Kurak, so Big C. It looks like he's really struggling. Still not set a lap time. There's only 6 minutes remaining, and he's already lost the back end going through turn 3. So I'm not too sure if this man's hooked it up for Mexico.
Yeah, and it seems like this Zach guy is just a new driver for this week, Lordy. So yeah, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's nice to know that the league is running fluently, unlike some of the leagues at the moment, having a bit of a rough patch in terms of drivers leaving. But F2 flourishing, a beautiful league at the moment, and look at all the talent, Big C, that we've got. We've got some of the old talents, but also the new talents like Zach and Greeny, a good combination. And Kurax has invalidated his lap.
Yes, indeed. Angus, a question from Gabrielle in the chat. We've got Black Phoenix, Toxic Tomato and CC Brain fighting for the title. So 9 points between Black Phoenix and Toxic Tomato. So 9 points is 10 points is 3rd place. So you know it's a big act for Toxic Tomato to get the title, but you never know.
Yeah, he has pulled out some brilliant performances, especially at the start of the season, but he had a bit of a rough patch coming back, and as Dutch invalidates his lap again, so we cannot get a driver who's not invalidating at the moment, and it's annoying me. Because I want a full lap of the circuit to really show the viewers what, you know, a capable driver can do, but there's just nothing happening, Big C. Too many corner cuts.
Yeah, very easy to do so. I think, Lordy, that will play a big part of the race. Corner cutting, penalties, and with the late safety car, those in down in 15th with no penalties could really propel themselves into the top 8 or so.
Yeah, some leagues don't really warrant the penalties, but at F2 it's so close and tightly packed. You know, one penalty I've seen in Austria, I think, was the biggest one. You know, Luke finished, I think, P2 or no, it was P6 he finished in the end, but due to penalties dropped all the way down and allowed Alfie from P5 to win Big C because everybody had a penalty and he had 0. So, you know, penalties do play a part, and it doesn't matter whether you finish 20th or you finish 1st. If you've got penalties, then you're going to be dropping like a stone in a pond.
I do agree, though. Yeah, I think it's really just showing how much pressure these title contenders are under. You know, they've not only got lap times on the board. I remember in seasons 15, I think James for the time in Abu Dhabi, I had a bit of shakes on my lap board. I had one lap on the super soft on Abu Dhabi. I got it together, but you know, there's a lot of pressure on these guys. You know, could be their only chance of winning a title, or you know, something that we've done. We've won titles. You know, these drivers may only get one chance. So
yeah, some drivers will only get one chance. Is this VFG Lurk just going through the middle sector? I've never seen such an unstable car. It's absolutely horrendous going on board with him. But Black Phoenix, come on, Mr. Reliable himself, Mr. Consistent. I want to see a lap time round Mexico done and completed. That's valid. Black Phoenix at the moment currently 16th, and he did turn ABS off for this part of the season. That's probably why he's struggling a bit more, especially on a track like this where it's so fast. You know, left and right and left and right, and oh no, Big C on board with Black Phoenix for the middle sector, invalid.
Yeah, he's really struggling out there. The pressure's on and he can feel it. Maybe he's got another set of tyres to set a lap and he can't block that car behind. There's I think it's an Alfa Romeo behind him, so he's just got to be careful.
Yep, last chance saloon, I think, and CC Brain getting another slipstream from his teammate Luke Green. Luke barely gets out of the way again. CC as it goes into turn. Maybe it's tactical from Luke, so CC doesn't get pole. We're not too sure, but he's going to help him down the straight again. Big C, if you want to go on board, just look how close they get into the braking zone before he moves. Oh, not too bad that time.
I wouldn't want this, but they've been doing it all season, so maybe they're used to it. And AMS is cheering on CC as Thomas as a possession order, which isn't ideal.
No, unfortunately, some people's internet can't hold up, but I used to have bad internet, so I'm not going to sit here and moan. As CC looks quite comfortable on this lap, really exploiting the track limits. He's going to lose about a tenth or two through there, but the wheel really gluing itself to the middle sector superbly from CC. Is he finally going to get a lap that's not invalid? Here he comes through the final sector. CC Brain, he's going for it. He's really going for it. Big C, he's really going for it.
Sorry, Lordy, I was really watching his lines. There's a bit of oversteer there, the throttle a bit too early. What can CC Brain do in the Red Bull?
Oh, P2 actually pips his teammate Luke. So Luke actually compromising himself for the title fight. So I don't know if Luke's a genius or a bit brain dead when it comes to this silly strategy, but he really needs to get his head down now and beat his teammate, because that's really going to hinder him in the race.
It is indeed, but these guys are working together. No, let's not rule out CC Brian and Greeny as well. This man can take pole position. That man got laps in him for days, Lord, you know, and he's already powerful in the first sector. Half a tenth up.
Half a tenth up in the first sector. It's really coming in clutch. These teammates really performing to their maximum. As God has retired from the session, so it is over for him. But we're going to go on board with Greeny, the man who has it all to lose in the championship fight. But him and Black Phoenix, I think, are going to be the biggest losers if any of them lose this chance and opportunity of taking the title. Greeny in prime position in third, but would love to get a bit as Dutch just wiggles in front of him, but does get out of his way. Definitely doesn't impede, but Greeny is storming his way through. Big C, he's really going for it through this final sector. May have lost a bit of time going over too much curb there, but here he comes, Luke Green in the Red Bull. Is he going to be pole position? Really gets on the throttle very, very quick to the line. Luke Green, he gets P2, but not pole position, which is what he needed, really, ahead of CC Brain.
Yeah, I do agree. A great lap there from the two Red Bulls, really laying down a mark of the guys behind. But you know, the new guy Zach's on pole, so that's interesting. But we've got to see what the likes of Oliver Velt and Co can do. You know, those guys on a lap still. Even Alfie. Black Phoenix though, I think Black Phoenix, I don't know, he's got 9 seconds to make the line. I think he's going to do it though, just in time.
Yeah, just in time, but his last corners all over the place, Big C. I will stay on board with Black Phoenix. Actually, no, I won't, because he's just starting his lap, and you've got the likes of Alfie in the Renault really struggling for that middle sector. But look at that, Big C, he's taking that very well. Here we go now. I want to see. Oh, he's purple in the middle sector. Alfioli. Here he comes in the Renault. He's been the silent assassin down there in P19, but he's putting an absolutely brilliant performance so far in this lap. And here he comes now through the grandstand section. The final corner is beckoning for Alfioli in the Renault to the line. It's going to be a 1:13. No, 1:14.4. He's lost heaps of time.
Disappointing crap. How is that man in F1 is what I want to know. Too much time in F2 cars, surely.
Yeah, I do agree. As Dutch in 6th place, he's coming across the line as well. He's not gone off ERS, but he's wiggling all over the place as he comes to the line. Dutch P6, he will stay. Anybody else out there that's on a lap? Black Phoenix has retired, and he's last.
Oh my, that is awful. P20 as the title leader.
Big C, we've got Greeny at the front, Toxic Tomato in the mid pack, and we've got Black Phoenix at the back.
I know, what a grid.
I know. The top 3, well, most likely to win. There is obviously the outside of CC Brain who is in 4th, but the top 3 who are the most likely to win are split by 18 positions.
Crazy.
Absolutely mental. Wow. Oh, my food's arrived. Yeah.
That's fine, already. Well, I guess you get eaten for a bit. Getting some down here.
just a shout out to Raikkonen as well, putting it P3 on the grid, splitting the 2 Red Bulls. Yeah. Very good performance from him. He was finding it a bit difficult at the start of the session, but really pulled through at the end.
He did indeed. But I want to talk this man in P5. Or he's Skeevan. He's a bit washed up. He's a bit past his best, but that's a good lap from Skeevan to be P5. So, and also credit to the new boy. BRT Zach 6, who's on Zach 6, who's on pole position already. So you're going to run down, or shall I?
No, I'll give it a nice good run down. We've got at the moment the new boy Zach 6. That name could be written in history in later seasons, but at the moment he is currently sitting in P1, the Frenchman. Then we've got Greeny LFC in P2 with 3rd place Raikkonen, not too far behind. Then CC Brain, his teammate of Luke Green's in P4. P5 we've got Skeevan, Dutch in 6th. 7th we've got Thomas. 8th Toxic Tomato, also known as Cameron, if I do refer to him as that. 9th we've got Josh, and bringing up the top 10 is Tim, another newcomer Big C in the top 10, so very good from the new guys.
Yeah, it's good to see this new talent really performing, and F2, it's been a bit of a stain on mine and AMS's directorship in recent years, recent seasons, but F2 has been a great league this season. All it's fair to say, great racing, good attendances, good admin, and a good commentator, so it's good as we head into next season very soon. Whether the commentator will change or not too sure, but I'm glad to be a part of such a thriving league at the moment. I do agree profusely, so I'm going to take a quick toilet break. Well, Big C goes for that toilet break. If anybody's wondering, I'm having a salad tonight. Yeah, a nice salad with some feta cheese cubes. Yeah, brilliant, that's what you want to know. Yeah, some lovely salad. Got some olives in there, some black olives as well, if you're into that sort of stuff. But yeah, just running through the grid. Raikkonen, I think for me, is looking pretty good. He's normally Mr. Man on the pace. So I'm gonna tip Raikkonen for a podium. I'll go second. Raikkonen second. I think this Zach guy's got the win in the bag. I think he's just got that extra couple of tenths on everybody else. I think this Zach guy will win. We'll give Raikkonen second. Yeah, we'll give Raikkonen second. And third, I'm going to go Tom. IRLT Tom. Just because he is normally up there. I remember Hungary as one of the standout ones where he was running in second on the hards, and I believe his internet cut out or his controller cut out and he disconnected. Very unfortunate for him. A lot of these guys are very nice guys to talk to, especially when they do the podium interviews. Very nice people. Not big egos like some. F1. No, a lot of nice personalities in this league. Greeny LFC, the man from Filey, fighting for the title, currently in P2. He's got a lovely personality. Only unless you cross him the wrong way, then you might see the other side to Luke Green. But yeah, we'll just get the tyres up for everybody just to see what people are running, and everybody apart from Silas Agard had a bit of a mediocre second half of the season, unfortunately for Silas. He's one of my favourite drivers to watch on track. Overshadowed by his teammate, I think Black Phoenix, but he has had some standout performances. Has Silas.
Currently down there in 16th though, pardon me, on the softs.
Yeah, and Lordy, you know, as you're eating your feta cheese, you know, the final time for the season in season 23, you know, 13 races, and it's all come down to all that hard work, that training, that preparation has come down to today, you know, Monday, the 10th of February 2020. Our new F2 champion is going to be crowned, and it's going to be Lordy-MK, who's going to take us through the race mostly. So it's going to be exciting, Lordy, you know, a big day. I don't mind who wins, really. I think they're all deserving, but I think Black Phoenix and Tops tomorrow, young talents, and you know, fair play to both of them. But anyway, if CC somehow wins it, you know, I'm going to be gobsmacked.
Yeah, of course, CC actually got disqualified in the formation lap. I think he got hit by Skeeven. So those two are going to have lovely cold tyres on the start, which is very interesting, as Big C has left the session. That's brilliant, but we don't care about Big C. It is the start of the Formula 2 Championship fight. Here we go. 5 red lights here at the Autodromo James Rodriguez, and it's lights out. Away we go. We're going to head down to turn 1. Who has the best start? Raikkonen's had an awful start. It's going to be 4 abreast from these guys right here. We'll roll on board with CT. Just to see what's happening there is Luke Green. Is he going to challenge for first? Yes, he is, going into turn 1. Raikkonen around the outside as well. Oh my god, it's chopping and changing all over the place. It's brilliant driving so far. There's a Ferrari at the inside of the Alpha. It's clean and it's steady. Big C has left the party, unfortunately. We'll see what happens to him later on. But Greeny LFC is not leading at the moment, and there's going to be drama as Greeny's got to defend from Raikkonen. As Zach actually runs a tiny bit wide. That could compromise the Red Bull of Greeny. Will Greeny make a move through this tight middle sector? Oh, Raikkonen's lost a bit of wing. Oh, I think the Alpha's lost a bit of wing as well. Contact from these guys now, as TTG Tom is actually, not TTG Tom, IRLT Tom is losing positions as Josh makes his way up to 6th. It's an absolutely hectic first lap here at Autodromo James Rodriguez in Mexico. It's fantastic to watch as the Ferrari of Dutch is going to go around the inside. We're going to say around the outside there, but he's going to cover off the outside Raikkonen. He's going to be pushed out wide. There's not a lot of room there. And I don't think Dutch is going to get the move done around this hairpin. If Raikkonen might squeeze him here. Oh, God. Hair raising stuff from these guys as Raikkonen has damage. 24 viewers and 104 comments. It's a pleasure to be a part of this as we're going to watch it down the straight, because Skeeven, this man Skeeven, he was called washed up by Connor. But here he comes. He might have a nibble down the straight. Just going to see where some of the guys in the mediums are going to run as well. But Dutch is definitely going to make a move on Raikkonen down the inside, looks at the front right brake just to make sure his Alfie's actually out of the race. So DNF from Alfie, he's had enough already. But Skeeven looking to pounce on Raikkonen as well with that damage, really costing himself loads and loads of time staying out. But there's not really much more he can do. Skeeven's going to hold it around the outside and have a very tight line through that corner, and no traction whatsoever from that man. So it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant from Raikkonen to defend that, even with the wing damage. Really good positioning of his car. We're just going to scroll down the field just to see what's happening further down. As you've got the likes of Silas. Oh, as Kerouac on the medium tyres really can't get them up to temperature, but he's pushing the absolute limits in that McLaren. As we've got yellow flags at the back, I do believe that's Alfie, and CC's had to pit as well. So disaster for CC. Looks like his championship is over already. But he did have a slim chance, and for that moment, as Pit Matt and Lurk are going neck and neck through the grandstand section. So action all over the place here as the gap increases to 2 seconds between the top 2 and the rest of the field. Brilliant action from these guys so far. Just going to have a look down the straight, see if these guys... Josh might be under attack from Tom. He's got wing damage. Skeeven goes down the inside of Raikkonen as well. Brilliant move from the Alpha. He's going to get it done. And Josh might be mugged again by somebody else, but Tom might actually have a run on Raikkonen. Surely not. Not 2 cars in one straight. Surely. No. But Josh is actually going to get passed by Tom, also known as Cameron. Toxic Tomato, sorry. I said Tom. Toxic Tomato in the Racing Point. If I say Force India, I do apologise. The Force India, you know, really does stick in the mind more than anything else. As we have the return of Big C. Is it the same issue?
Yeah, but it's only like with you on Mondays.
I don't have a clue. I'm not trying to DDoS you. I promise. Big C, there's action already. Greeny is 2 seconds ahead of third, Big C. He looks to be running away with it.
Yeah, look at CC Brain. Disastrous.
Yeah, I know. CC Brain had to pit damage already, but speaking of damage, we've got Tom and we've got Raikkonen with damage, but they're still battling for 5th and 6th, Big C. So people really not putting their foots down here at Mexico. Raikkonen's had enough of them tyres and enough of his wing. He's going to pit from P5 and I imagine go onto the hard tyres or maybe do an early 2-stop.
Yeah, Lordy, I do agree. I'm just loading back into the lobby, so...
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to stay on board with the likes of Gil and Josh, as he's going to overtake his teammate on the medium tyres, Big C. So the man is 7th on the medium. So this man could be on for a race win if he keeps this up.
Yeah, it would be something special. It's what the fans want to see, I think.
Yeah, alternate strategies really do spice up the field. You've got 2 stops, 1 stops, alternate strategies from the hards to the softs to the mediums. It's brilliant. It's what you like to see in every race. Unfortunately, a lot of these races are restricted to just the softs and the mediums, or the other way around, as in hards and mediums. It's not too fun to watch, but Mexico really putting the cat amongst the pigeons, as you see Tom really struggling through this middle sector, and the softs don't seem to be gelling, Big C, even on lap 4, so people really struggling through this fast section.
Yep, I do agree, Lordy, but as we said, you know, the soft tyres won't be lasting too much longer. I don't think they'll be looking to go for mediums, 2 medium tyre stints after this, but yeah, it's good to see Greeny really in the mix at the top. And I'm back in the lobby, so I can finally see what's happening for now.
Good, I'm glad. Silas was the only person to start outside the top 10 in P16 on a set of softs, and he's made his way up 6 positions, Big C. So them soft tyres really paying off for Silas.
Yeah, mighty stuff, but it's a long way to go today. I think Gil certainly has got a great pace. Tomato's not behind Thomas as well, but not close enough with DRS. Obviously with the low altitude, and the DRS isn't just as effective.
Yeah, the low altitude, I don't know how the game programs that in.
It sounds good.
It just sounds good, that's what I like to hear. But at least the action's good as well, because you need to complement these lovely words.
It is indeed, and we're flicking through, and Black Phoenix isn't really making any progress, but as it stands, you know, Toxic Tomato needs a 3rd place or better with Black Phoenix at the point, so Black Phoenix is okay for now.
What about Luke Green? What does Luke Green need, Big C?
Luke Green obviously is only 7 tenths behind it. You enjoy your feta cheese, so yeah, Luke Green 7 tenths behind, but CC Brain has to win the race with Black Phoenix outside the points and Toxic Tomato off the podium, so it's all what Toxic Tomato can do, to be honest. That's what it's down to. So if Toxic Tomato can get the podium.
So if Toxic Tomato gets the podium and Greeny is in the podium, then Toxic Tomato will win.
Yeah, but what are you on about Greeny for? He's not fighting for the title.
Yeah, but he needs to help his teammate, and he's not doing a good enough job.
Oh yeah, forget CC's done. CC's finished. He's not getting anything.
All right, we'll forget.
Between Toxic Tomato, it's basically if Toxic Tomato can get the podium and Black Phoenix is in the points, Toxic Tomato's the champion.
Wow, so high pressure stuff.
But look at
really,
Greeny,
really high pressure stuff.
Dropped again. Greeny's pace, but Thomas and Skeven.
Yeah, I know Thomas and Skeven going neck and neck going into the turn 1 and turn 2. Skeven, I think Tom actually has damage. So Tom with his damage, even though he's struggling, is getting past his teammate. And look at this, Toxic Tomato is going to go battle it for 5th. Don't do anything stupid, Cameron, sorry. But he's going to go around the outside. You get a lot of traction on that outside if you don't get pushed out, but Skeven very good defending. Learned from his previous effort on Raikkonen to actually take the more track and not actually give your opponent too much room there. As Toxic Tomato's made an absolute hash in the middle sector. That's going to compromise him all the way through, and you can see just dropping 10th after 10th going through there. The car looks very unstable. I think a 2-stop might be on the cards. For Toxic Tomato, he doesn't look very good, and to stay in this race, I think the 2-stop's definitely the more safer option.
Yeah, I do agree, Lord. Especially with the safety cars, the 2-stop does definitely become more viable, and the hard tyre is a very slow tyre, as Zach has now extended the gap to Green to 1.1 seconds, and now is out of DRS range. But Toxic Tomato and Gil, Lordy, Gil.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gil. I'm going to look at it from the broadcast camera because I haven't really had a chance to go on board of it because it's really crap for the last sector. But Gil is looking a man on the mission at the moment, as Matt Romano called me last night at Suzuka in F4. If you want to tune into F4 Sundays at 8 PM, you can see the likes of me on the track. But Cameron has picked up a 3-second penalty, Big C, for multiple warnings, and so has Tico down there in P13 on the mediums, as we see CC Baring battling with Raikkonen for P18.
Yeah, a South game for CC Brain, you know, his dreams and hopes up in flames. I mean, it was always an outside chance. I think next season CC will be back. He'll be used to his new wheel. And I think he'll be back on form, like, from the off. But, you know, his teammate Greeny has become like a new man, a newfound belief and confidence from Greeny at the minute. You know, he's 3 seconds clear of Dutch. You know, letting Zach race, he might be costing himself the win.
Yeah, true. I think it was more hampered by Raikkonen was there at the time with damage, so he kind of held everybody back. That's probably why Greeny's pulled the gap more than raw pace, not taking anything away from Greeny. But as you can see, Dutch is actually closing him in now, Big C. It's now 2.9, 2.8.
Yeah, I did see a bit of a mistake there from Greeny in the final set. So, you know, the tyres are really screaming, Lord. You know all about people, things screaming. And Dutch tricks with a bit of overstep at the final corner as well. So, yeah, these tyres are really going off.
Yeah, the medium's really coming into play as Matt picks up a 3-second time penalty. Trying to keep track of all the penalties as well. They're coming in thick and fast on lap 8, Big C. We're not even a fifth of the way through. No, we are about a fifth of the way through this race. And people are getting penalties already, Big C.
Yeah, they are, but like I said earlier, Mexico is one of the most difficult tracks for call-ups and penalties, especially in that middle set. It's easy to run wide in the dirty, turbulent air. So, yeah, a bit of movement down the straight, but nothing really going on. This train from Dutch down to maybe about Forbes and Silas.
Yeah,
Toxic.
Gill's going to try and make a move, but Toxic Tomato defends quite spectacularly, actually. Really positions his car well. But there's nothing really Cameron can do at this stage because his tyres are going off. And he's got dirty air. But then Stephen's in the same boat. And then Thomas is in the same boat as well. So, you know, they're all sort of chaining each other. And meanwhile, Black Phoenix has also picked up a time penalty. But meanwhile, Gill is losing time behind these guys because he's got so much more pace on them mediums in the Williams.
Yeah, I'm watching Black Phoenix drive and it just doesn't look right.
No, I don't.
He's usually right up there and like has good pace, but I don't know, because something seems to be off.
I'm not too sure, so I enjoy some more feta cheese. But Gill really needs to start putting the pressure down as Toxic Tomato bites the bullet and goes into the pit lane with also Luke and who else? Zach as well is in the pit lane, Big C.
Oh, unsafe release from Red Bull, crucial for Greeny. He didn't get held up there, they just released him into the path of the racing point. They had to, because Greeny would have lost 2-3 seconds, but I think the top two are going to be dueling it out. Oh,
yeah, I know, very close. Oh, I'm not too sure coming out the pit lane, but Dutch and Tom are going hammer and tongs. Dutch nearly running into the back of the Alfa Romeo, the sister Ferrari team, a lot of people say, to, you know, the Italian base. But oh, look at this, there's a Renault of Forbes going around the outside of Josh. That's going to be a brilliant move, he can make that stick. Oh, he's really squeezed into the apex there. Will Josh have the traction? I don't think he will. Forbes is on them fresher set of mediums, and that is brilliant, Big C. What a move.
It is, what a move from those guys. It's interesting to see in terms of tyres. Breeze off the mediums, top to Tomatoes on the hards.
Oh wow, so Toxic Tomato opting for the hard tyres, which could be the safer play for that man there. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face while enjoying some lovely action at the moment. But it's brilliant to see the alternate strategies.
Yeah, it is indeed. So it'll be interesting to see who decides to pit this lap. Obviously, safety cars and vertical safety cars will play its part, and they'll decide, you know, when people do decide to box for a set of tyres, and people actually staying out, except from who is it? Dutch Tricks. Yeah,
but Skeven and Tom have stayed out. Obviously, teammates, Big C, you know, hampering each other as the best case scenario for Gill, as the pack's kind of been cleared, and he's now going to clear Skeven as well. So he's got some clear air to just exploit because he's got the likes of Forbes on the same strategy coming at him now. But Skeven's going to fight it back, Big C. Skeven's going for it. Go on, son. Oh, all over the place, Skeven is. That man never knows when to quit. Sometimes you've just got to quit.
And you can tell he played F1 2015 with those sorts of track limits, that's for sure. You know, really making the most of the wide lines.
Yeah, a wide berth Alfa Romeo. They've really extended the frame just for Skeven today. Really doesn't want people to get past as Dutch picks up the time penalty as well. Coming in thick and fast, but Forbes having to actually, you know, nearly running into the back of Skeven. He's that slow through the middle sector, so I don't really know what the Alfa Romeo boys are playing at.
Neither. Maybe they just want to extend this stint and go on the hards for a comfortable one-stop strategy, but the one-stop may not work out, so let's see what happens. But with everyone so close, Lordy, I think we're set for some really juicy battles in the next 26 laps. Silas the guard's gone wide, which has allowed Luke and Tico to get through. So yeah, pit mat is now in 8, so yeah.
Oh, Kurax has gone very wide, nearly in the wall. As he comes back, sorry to interrupt you there, Big C. Zach nearly got clattered by the likes of Kurax, and look how slow it is. Volley Flavel like a bus through the final sector as Skeven picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. This man just doesn't know when to quit. Honestly, rubbish, that is.
And it's hard tyres for Steven, so he's definitely looking to do it. One stop, the Silas has gone the medium, so 2 stops for him perhaps.
Yeah, and
Ollie very slow there, Lordy.
Yeah, really rubbish from some of these guys. I know the tyres are going off, but the pace difference is, outstanding. Look at Zach, he's already on Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix looks in no man's land as well, Big C. This man, Zach, is taking F2 by storm in this house. I'm not too sure where his closest competitor is, but he's nowhere near him as he dives up the inside of Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix won't like a bit of that. He's going to do the undercut. Back up the inside. Will Black Phoenix go? No, he's more sensible than that. And he looks like he's struggling in the Toro Rosso in his, obviously, title fight.
He is indeed. Well, with Toxic Tomato well down the field, I think Black Phoenix should be okay, but it does question whether the likes of Black Phoenix, Toxic Tomato and CC Brain are actually ready to be in the F1 League. That is the question. Just based on what I've seen commentating these races and watching, I'd say no.
What do they say, Big C? Form is temporary, but skill is permanent. And I think a lot of these drivers really do need to find some skill to... as Kurax nearly loses it on the hairpin as Luke Green's following him very closely in P10 and 11. Well, nearly loses it there, but very nice from Zach with that fastest lap.
Yeah, sorry, Lordy, but I just wrote down, I know you want to get down your lovely saddle, but yeah, Zach's definitely got the pace over Greeny and those guys, and Greeny's still got to overtake these cars, so yeah, Greeny's got little chance of winning this Grand Prix as Kurax goes defensive into turn 1, Greeny on the outside, but yeah, easy peasy, job done, up to P9 for Greeny, and it's Black Phoenix next for Greeny.
Yeah, but Black Phoenix and Ollie Favela having a ding-dong battle as well for 7th and 8th. Black Phoenix doesn't look comfortable at all, but he just needs a point, I swear, Big C, if Cameron gets 3rd. So
no, I think in that case there'd be a 9-point swing, but then Cameron would win on wins because he's got 3 wins compared to Black Phoenix's 1.
Well, okay, Black Phoenix really needs to put in a bit of a shift then. Currently 8th, and obviously he's got people behind him that have pitted, so he really needs to start pulling his finger out now. As he's messed up the middle sector completely. Oh my god, he's all over the job. Greeny's going to go round and contact already. Front wing damage, surely, no.
Greeny's got damage.
Greeny's got damage. Race ruined for the Red Bull. I don't really know what to say. Black Phoenix lost it on his own, and Greeny tried to go around the outside. A bit silly, I think, from Greeny, who was going to lose time anyway. But I'm not too sure.
We saw it coming, but Greeny certainly didn't see it coming. So yeah, disaster there for Greeny. He does start, but yeah, Black Phoenix looks very aloof out there. He just doesn't seem himself.
No, I don't know. The coronavirus is going around, Big C, so we don't know what he could have at this moment in time. But it's definitely something hampering him. But he might have a go at Greeny down the straight, Big C. Look how slow Greeny is.
Yeah, and Greeny's going to be fuming. You know how Greeny can get, with his northern tones screaming down the mic and race.
No.
So, Greeny's going to be fuming. And to be fair to Greeny,
no, sorry, Big C, got to interrupt him. It's just completely butchered the first half of the track and nearly taken out Skeven. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like it. It was like a bullet train. Just completely missed turn 1 and nearly clattered into the Alfa Romeo. I don't know what's happened there. Brake failure or what, but he's got the likes of Josh on the hard tyres battling him when he's on the mediums. Big C, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and I certainly didn't see anything. Unfortunately, Tim, one of the newer drivers in the league, really action-packed in this midfield, and obviously these guys, Steven and co, will be fighting probably Greeny and that for the podium. So, yeah, interesting to see that sort of action going on in the midfield. F5 action. People really launched it, Harry 1 style.
Yeah, some of these drivers don't know when to quit, like Black Phoenix. He's still in the back of Greeny, so this damage really hampering Greeny now. Unfortunately for him, he's had a pretty stellar race, but Black Phoenix, I've never seen such an unstable car in these circumstances as Ollie Favell is another driver to bite the bullet and pit on lap 13, which I think is way too early, in my opinion, if he wants the softs. He might be going hard, Big C, to the end.
Yeah, that is a good point, Lordy, but no safety cars so far, like 40 and 36 people not really crashing out with Dalfy the time in the pit lane, so things really settling it down. But yeah, VRT's in a world of his own in the minute for the net lead, but only the net lead because the safety car flew out and he could really change the race completely.
Yeah, just going back to the front as well, obviously, everybody at the front is on medium tyres, they haven't pit yet, and they're trying to eke out the distance to maybe do the 1 stop, or maybe do a bit more beneficial 2 stop on the soft tyres. But Tico, Big C, the late stint pace from Tico is fantastic. He's on the back of Forbes right now. He's actually matching Gil in every sector.
He is indeed, Lordy, and Tico now got Forbes ahead of him, so I wouldn't rule out Gil and maybe even Tico from getting the podium or even victory. It just depends on a little bit of luck and obviously the pace of Zach on that 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, I do have to agree. Tico is one of my favourite drivers to watch in this league. He is definitely the dark horse, loves the good alternate strategy, this man. And he just seems to appear out of nowhere when all the kerfuffle and commotion is happening. And Tico doing a brilliant job at the moment as Pit Mac gets speeding in the pit lane. But let's just ignore that because Tico's right up the inside of the Renault. And that is a beautiful move. And Forbes actually goes on the grass and nearly chops off the Haas's front wing, Big C. Of Lurk right there, really struggling. Forbes, I think, on these worn-out mediums, but yeah, he's just got to be careful he doesn't take anybody else with him.
Yeah, and given how long they are going in this thing, I would suspect they are going for the one-star strategy. So interesting scenes, and as JP rightly put in the chat, it's Tico time. So yeah, Tico to P2.
If anybody doesn't know, that's a homage to Chico, an old X Factor contestant. I do believe he was fantastic, brilliant, al dente.
Yeah. Like 2005, 2006, a long time ago.
I know, I was only 5 back then, but now I'm 20 and I'm old and I'm watching F1 on my Monday nights. Brilliant.
With me, could be any better person to do it with, I think.
I don't know, 7 years in the making.
Agreed. Well, mate, it can do it for the next 7 years. So yeah, Gil leads the way, looking to do one-stop strategy ahead of Tico. So we'll be seeing any pit lane action, and we have Luke's in Lordy for Haas.
Lurk, Big C, Lurk.
Oh,
not Luke. Lurk, double U.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke. I don't know, Lurk. I say Lurk. Sounds better. You know, he's like lurking in the shadows. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, Greeny up to 5th. But 7.5 seconds off the leader, or the net leader, I should say. Zach 6.
Lordy, I've got to say something. Toxic Tomato, who's ahead of him?
Black Phoenix. Oh, but Tico's nearly lost it, Big C. Oh, coming for the middle sector. Forbes is actually going to go around the outside. Tico's nearly lost it, and Forbes is all over him like a swarm of bees over some honey. Oh, he's licking his lips. Look at that. Blood red Ferrari. That's all Forbes is seeing right now. Red in front of him as Tico really struggling. But Forbes also, for this middle sector, just can't get his act together.
He can't. It's a concern for Forbes. I expect a bit of better race pace from these guys. But yeah, Gil is in a league of his own. I think he can be the man to beat Zach if things go his way.
Yeah, I do agree. I will go on board with the other Ferrari of Dutch on the back of Greeny. Greeny does have a nice buffer to some of the guys behind him, but he is racing Dutch. This is the only man on track that he is racing at the moment that is in his vicinity. There is Toxic Tomato behind, but he is on the hard, but making very good progress. It must be said, Big C. The pace isn't that bad from Cameron.
Yeah, I think Cameron definitely has a good chance of beating these other two stoppers like so Greeny due to how close he is to them. So interesting stuff, Lordy, but Dutch versus Green's next up, it seems.
Yeah, as Gil pits for the hards. So yeah, the one stop coming into effect, and look, basically, look where he's come out. He's in the top 10.
Yeah, and he's right behind this gaggle of cars behind Greeny's broken Red Bull. So Gil looks good for a P2 at least.
I do agree. Who will get P3? Not too sure. We've got the likes of Dutch, I think, will be fighting for it. I think Greeny's obviously had it due to the damage, unfortunately. And we've also got the likes of Tico and Forbes fighting for it as well, Big C. But I just want to go back, because Cameron is on the back of the championship contender, Black Phoenix. And look how much pace he's got compared to him.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Black Phoenix, I'd give him a bit of a break in the middle sector, just end that until Cameron. You know, he could end it here in Black Phoenix. He could end it right if he wanted to play that judge. You know, well, that's what we'd see certain drivers do back in the day. But I think these younger guys, you know, show a bit of restraint and don't go to those dark arts.
Yep, two of the most frequent podium interviewers I've had this season. Black Phoenix and Cameron, and look where they are now, battling for a championship in the coveted Formula 2. I think both of them will get a chance in the Race of Champions, so there's always that as a consolation. But you always want to be number one. You always want to be the best. And speaking of the best, Cameron's going to make a statement, I think, down this straight, Big C, on the one-stop strategy. He pitted very, very early, but wants to make it work. Round the outside, down the straight. Will Black Phoenix have anything to answer? It's a timid defence, Big C. He's also going to let the Gil through and Raikkonen.
Yeah, Lordy, I think that's the right thing to do. He doesn't want, you know, Toxic getting ahead of these guys. He wants Toxic to battle these guys and lose lots of time. So sensible from Black Phoenix. But I don't know why he's not pitted for a set of holds.
I'm not too sure what's happened in that man's mind. He may be going medium soft. I'm not too sure. But Gil has made a fantastic move around Raikkonen as well. And he is on one lap old mediums. This man is in a league of his own, Big C. Just look at him.
Yeah, he's already got the pace. Green's said to me he's the fastest man in this league in terms of really raw pace. So good to see Gil coming through, and he's got a good chance of fighting for the podium for sure.
Yeah, bold statement from Greeny. I think there's about a handful of drivers that are above him in this league in terms of raw pace. Tico, Forbes, Gil, Tom, you know, all these drivers. Black Phoenix on his day.
Is the fastest.
Oh, Gil was the I thought you said Greeny. You said Greeny said he was the fastest.
Greeny said Gil was the fastest.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, well, he's definitely proven it now. But I'd say, you know, so that Zach guy, this new guy, he seems pretty good as well. So I'd give them two a run for their money, I think.
Yeah, I do agree profusely. So an interesting stage of the race. Green is stricken Red Bull. Would he go defensive or would he let Cameron through? You know, just let them through. A really wide berth there.
Yeah, very wise decision from Greeny. Is he going to come back at him though, Big C?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he's going to compromise the Williams of Gil, so halting the progress of Gil. Will he get DRS? No, because it's a double detection zone. If you don't know what that means, it means there's one detection zone for 2 DRS straights. So if you are within 1 second at the detection zone, you will get both DRS through both the straights that are up and coming. But Greeny isn't wanting to give up this position. But luckily, Gil's got a lot of brains under that helmet and dispatches him very quickly.
Yeah, he does indeed. So yeah, Gil is up to P5 and looking to close in on Forbes. And obviously when Zach pits for the next set of mediums, he'll be about a few seconds behind Gil. So, you know, Gil's got a chance of winning, but I'd say the favourable, you know, choice is certainly Zach at this point of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, just saying as well, Forbes obviously staying out, so he might be doing softs to the end, Big C, which is a very bold statement. He's got some good pace at the moment, but you never know what can happen, especially in that middle sector. Tico has pitted and is right behind Black Phoenix on the setup. Oh, it's pardon me.
To agree, you know, that the healthy meal's doing bits for the digestive system. As we've got yellow flags, and it is a Mercedes-Benz, Lordy. It's Mercedes-Benz. I'm not sure who though.
No,
it's Black Phoenix. Sorry.
Oh, is it Black Phoenix?
Yeah, and he's in. Puncture maybe or something. Disastrous.
Yep, going on board with Tico and Lurk, or Luke, however you want to pronounce it. We will get to know you better as hopefully the following seasons will come. But yeah, Tico dispatched very comfortably on them sets of hards. This man's got some good pace as well, so I hope to see Tico up there at the end of the race.
He certainly's got a good chance, but he's lost a lot of time to, what's his face, Gil in P5. Look at all the cars between them. So yeah, Tico's got a lot of overtaking to be done. And obviously when these two stoppers get out of the way, but I think Tim and Sellers will be struggling to make the two-stop work.
I'm not too sure, BC. I won't count them out just yet. I think a safety car obviously is always in the wings waiting to pounce, and I think the two stoppers will reap the benefits nowadays because it is later on in the race.
Yeah, true. And if there's a late safety car, you know, or a safety car at some point, the two stops will always come back into play. So yeah, Gil right behind Toxic Tomato for P4 as we come through the final sector for the 21st time out of 36 here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City for the final time in season 24. As it stands, Black Phoenix will be the new F2 champion by 1 championship point.
Yeah, Black Phoenix not really put on the show or the spectacle we would warrant from a man of his calibre. Really struggling out there at the Autodromo James Rodriguez, or whatever you said earlier.
Hermanos.
Hermanos, oh yeah, Mexican words, difficulty. Hermanos Rodriguez. But Gil is the man to watch at the moment. He's just stunning. He's got 10 seconds to third place. But the pit stop round here, Big C, must be at least about 18.
Yeah, easily, Lordy, easily. So I think it's going to be an interesting end. And as I say, that safety car continues to link. I know Toxic doesn't look like he's going to win the title right now, but at the end of the race, you never know what's going to happen. But the battle for the win is certainly going to be between Zach and Gil, if all things go to plan.
Yeah, Zach and Gil battle for the win, and then you've got like the Tico, Forbes and Dutch and Cameron for that third spot, and Cameron so desperately needs it. I don't know how many friends he has in this league, Big C, but I think he might need a bit of a pen pal at the moment to give him a bit of a boost with some of these standards, because he's doing a great job, but I don't think it'll be podium worthy at the end.
I do agree. As Zach takes the lead in the Grand Prix, Forbes is really looking aggressive. One sort of strategy going from mediums to soft, or maybe he's just praying for a safety car period as Raikkonen pits from P7.
Yeah, Raikkonen dwindling down, but where's Forbes going to come out when he pits? Because he's losing a lot of time now, like really losing a lot of time. You know, the likes of Dutch on this, you know, on the same set of tyres. I know they're a lot older, but on the same set of tyres, that R1 is really closing the gap now. It's 9.5 seconds, Big C.
Yeah, it is indeed. It's going to be interesting to see how all these strategies play out. Also, these one-stoppers on the hard, Tox like Stephen. Also, the two-stoppers like Zagrini and co. So, Lordy, it's going to be interesting. I think this is why we need to see more two-stoppers, because you just don't know how it's going to play out. The order's a bit mixed up. There's a lot of traffic. We just don't know how it's going to end, and that's a great thing about F2. You don't know how it's going to end in F1. You sort of know it's going to be Louis, Casper, Blizzard in the top three, but in F2, you just don't know every week, and that's what you love. Unpredictable racing, Lordy.
Yeah, I've said it before, unpredictable racing, unpredictable commentator. You don't know what sort of shit I'm going to come out with. Yeah, but I do the best to entertain you guys. Sat on your sofa, or sat in your bed, or in your office chair, wherever you're sat.
Yeah, and Forbes is in, so as Lordy recovers from his little cough, Forbes is in as he needs to get a sip of water. So yeah, Forbes is in for a set of soft tyres. So, and a very aggressive strategy from the Renault driver, very aggressive from Cyril Abitbul on the pit wall on lap 23 of 36. So yeah, Forbes is aggressive, and also a lot of cars to get past as Queen pits for a new wing.
Yeah, just a shout out as well, as we see millions and millions of cars go down into turn one, and neck and neck. Tim is up into 7th after his bullet train moment earlier in the races, I described it as. But Tom, I think, is it Tom? Yeah, Tom, who's got Paxton on the hards, has lost out to his teammate, but does look faster than these guys on the medium strategy at the moment. So I think he needs to kind of dispatch them while he has the chance, while he's got the clean air, because he's got a bit of a gap to his teammate Skeven, so he's got a bit of clean air compared to these guys who needs to get rid of them because they're just clinging, you know, like rats to a sewer, clinging.
Yeah, or a leech, or you know all that leeches. As Tico and Sarah Sagard are doing a bit of dueling in the middle sector, so yeah, really hotting up as we get into the final third of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, Tico looking the feistiest of them guys, obviously pitting the latest out of anybody out there, as Forbes is on the soft compound tyres and right behind Josh, Big C.
Yeah, the soft certainly will be very strong at this part of the race, but towards the end, I'd be interested to see if they can get to the end without any issues. Obviously, I've not really raced on Mexico on this game, and obviously I've retired since.
Yeah, it is true, the soft tyres didn't look very good at the start of the race, but it is the end of the race. We've got loads of fuel loads, we've got, you know, loads of cars, and we've also got rubber down on the track, so it might actually be a bit more beneficial if you're running the softs now, as Tim makes a very aggressive move on Tom with DRS and slipstream and gets the job done. But Tom looks like he's going to have a nibble back. But obviously, like I said, the double detection zone, Big C, once you get it done, that's it.
Indeed, double DRS as Gil's now within DRS range from Dutch Tricks. So yeah, Tox Tomato as it stands is finishing 1 point behind Black Phoenix in the race for the title, Lordy.
Yeah, so, Big C, Silas has just been hit by Tico. Sorry to interrupt, and Tico has got past. I don't really know, I think Silas kind of lost it with the worn tyres anyway. And then Tico gave him a last little love tap round. But nothing sinister from Tico there. He just carried a lot more speed through the corner, and he does make up a place, which is to his delight, I imagine, because he's not made a lot of progress at the moment, we say.
No, it is what it is, as they say, as Forbes goes around the outside of gosh for P11. So yeah, Forbes is on a mission, on a march on those red soft tyres. We have this midfield train, the greeny train it was. It's really, you know, juicy. Yeah,
I don't know what Forbes is going to do though. He needs to take about 4 of them down the straight, because he's going to be held up an absolute treat. Look at the traction he's got at the final corner. He may get the Haas, which is definitely a good start for Forbes, but he's got to turn the wick up right now. If he wants to make or break his race, this is where you're going to see it. Forbes on the most aggressive strategy possible, a one-stop medium to soft, and he's dispatched the Haas very, very cleanly as he watched Silas Sagard slither his way through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, and that's not without Forbes from getting on the podium actually, because he's a net ahead of Dutch Trick, so I believe Forbes will take the net lead of the Grand Prix, but will be vulnerable at the end.
Yeah, and Forbes has dispatched a lot of them, but look at this middle sector. It's going to be an absolute cluster for him. Look at this. He must be creasing under that helmet. Wrinkles galore for Forbes. The frowny face. If I could use an emoji, the frowny face. Look how slow he's going because of these guys. It is rubbish from Forbes, and he's just draining the life out of them soft tyres.
Yeah, it's hard for Forbes to watch, and that will benefit the likes of Zach and Gale, who Forbes will be battling towards the end of the Grand Prix. As Forbes goes up the inside into the stadium section, rubbing there, Lordy.
Yeah, had to be done, I think. I think Forbes is making the right decision, but Silas Guard gives it back. Look at that, Big C. He's going to make him cut the corner. Oh, Oh, I don't know about that from Silas. That's a bit unnecessary, it has to be said. Frustration, I think. The frowny face again from Silas Sagard as Tim pits for a set of softs, I do believe. The 2-stop for him at the moment. But let's see if Forbes can make up any more ground. He has got double DRS. But look at this, Tico and Tom going neck and neck. Oh, look how tight that is, Big C.
Yeah, I think Forbes has to play this smart, and I don't think he did because he was hitting. I don't think he got damaged though.
I don't think he's got damage, but he's definitely got traction. Tico is going to have DRS, and he's actually going to lose a position. You're not going to compete with these soft tyres. So Forbes really making up the places as he goes through the middle sector. Oh. Tico lets him go, and bumping. Here we go. Look at all them colours, Big C. It's like a rainbow.
Indeed, I can see a rainbow. I can see a rainbow. So yeah, Silas Sagard really launching there as Forbes goes round. Who's that? Thomas.
Tom
for P5.
Yeah, Forbes has actually got the job done in less laps than I've definitely predicted. And Tico on the hards is stuck in a bog. You know, it's like you've got wellies on and you've gone through a swamp. You know, you're just stuck. Can't move anywhere. You know, that's how I think Tico feels at the moment. Tom being an absolute boss at the moment, really holding everybody up. I don't know if he's still got that damage from earlier, but yeah, really compromising everybody as Greeny picks up a penalty down there in 17th, Big C.
Yeah, and it's fair to say, Lordy, as it stands, Toxic Tomato will be the new F2 champion, scoring 12 championships.
Oh, Zach's gone off! Zach's gone off, Big C! Oh, no, he's pitted, sorry, he's pitted. No, he's not gone off, he's pitted, sorry. I thought he went off. No, he touched the grass on the inside. So I thought, look at it!
Look it up. It's all kicking off in this midfield. A lot of dice, lots of dueling going on, Lordy. I mean, this is breathtaking. I can't really speak.
Yeah, sorry, he did pit for the softs. He just was on the grass on the inside, so I thought he made a mistake, but he is on the soft tyres now because he's obviously doing the 2-stop. Sorry about that. But yeah, really dicing with these guys, but crucially, it's behind the hard runners, Big C. And he's behind Forbes.
I know, but Forbes will be very slow at the end of the Grand Prix, and to be fair, Zach's tyres are going to be like a second, 2 seconds faster than these guys, so he's going to be easily past them any minute. Any second.
But look, Peter, just look how slow it is through the middle sector. Forbes is gaining so much time. It's 2 seconds already. Yep, launch it. Good. Oh!
What was Thomas doing? He just moved for no reason.
Oh, he's moving all over the shop. Tico's going to have a go. Oh, damn it. Go on, look at this. It's brilliant. It's all on stream round the outside. Go on, Tico, give him some more. But Silas up the inside, Big C. There's no way.
It's glorious. Just keep speaking, please.
It's fantastic, it's brilliant. Look at this. Oh, they're wiggling all over the place. Oh, what's going on? It's like they're drawn to each other like lovers. Look at it, kissing and cuddling, going down the straight. It's 3 abreast. Tom's going to stick it. Oh, no. It was bound to happen. Shouldn't be putting your nose there. You know, Tom, silly, I think, from him. Yeah. Got good. Did you get what you deserve? So, oh,
what happened? Is out of the Grand Prix.
I think he's just retired on track. Oh God!
The safety car could actually decide the title race right now.
He is out. There's yellow flags. He's thinking, I hope there isn't, because it's been a thrilling race. I don't really want it to be spoiled.
No, we don't. We want a nice, clean Grand Prix, and I think we'll see a safety car by now if there was going to be one. So, business as usual, Lordy. And Cameron still in title contention as it stands. He needs P3, and he's on for it.
Yeah, as Forbes is going to go around the outside in the stadium section. Surely not the grand. Oh, look at that. He's got so much traction. He just cuts every corner. Like, just get past him, surely. Sure, he's got to get past him. But look who's right behind him, Big C, already.
Yeah, I agree. What's his name? VRT Zach, the new boy out of nowhere. So these soft guys can decide the title. Zach and Forbes will decide the title, Lordy, if they overtake Cameron.
I don't know about Forbes, but definitely Zach will decide the title, surely. Because he's got the speed and he's got the longevity on them soft compound tyres. He's got nothing to lose, Big C. He's got everything to gain. And look at him. Look at the traction he gets out of there. Double DRS. Skeven a sitting duck.
Yeah, Lordy, I have to say, it's really playing out one for Cam. But it really is. I think only Zach's definitely going to get him. I think the Forbes will be close. So yeah, I think Cam can get P3.
I don't know how long the softs can go, but 6 laps on them softs, and Forbes' progress seems to be halted already as Tom leaves the session in frustration after his pretty silly move up the inside, must be said. on them guys. Frustration kicking in from the earlier damage, it must be said. And Dutch as well, Big C, I think has kind of bottled it a bit on the two-stop.
Yeah, I do agree. I'm surprised he was right up there. I thought he was going to be easy for the podium. So, yeah, a shame to see. And just to remind you, it is Toxic Tomato, Black Phoenix and CC Brain fighting for the title. If Toxic Tomato outscores Black Phoenix by 9 points or more, he will take the title. And yes, Jay, the medium to hard has been quite effective from Gil, to be fair, hasn't it, Lordy? The medium to hard.
Yeah, medium to hard for Cameron as well, but look how early he pitted, Big C. Look at the laps on them hards, 21.
Oh, another yellow flag. Set to 3.
Not too sure who's gone down. I'm just watching Dutch actually get past Lurk or Luke or whatever you want to call him, the new guy, or one of the new guys anyway, in the Haas. But yeah, very nice move from him, as we're actually going to watch Silas and Tico. I think them hard tyres, I don't know, they've got a lot of longevity, but when the performance isn't there, Big C, it really does struggle, especially on these sorts of tracks.
I do agree, Lordy. It was a 26 viewers, despite F1 probably signed, so it's good
Oh,
to see
the Big C down the inside of Cameron! Oh, in the middle sector, he shoved him off! Zach has just completely shoved Cameron off the track!
Hard but fair. Hard but fair racing.
Yeah, but that's going to compromise Cameron. This is for the championship, Big C. Look how close Forbes is now. Due to that bit of aggressive Gunda driving from some drivers. It was very, very aggressive. A bit too harsh, I think, from Zach. He knows he has to catch Gil, who is 6 seconds up the road, but I don't think he needed to do that.
He didn't. He could have just waited, but it doesn't matter, Lordy, because when Forbes overtakes Toxic Tomato for P3, he'll be handing back Phoenix the title. So crucial.
Oh my God, he hasn't got DRS either. This Racing Point is going to have to defend for his life. He's going defensive, but there's only so much you can do when it's double DRS. Is Cam going to slap it down the inside? He does try, but Forbes is past. Forbes on the alternate strategy, the most aggressive strategy I've ever seen around Mexico, is past Toxic Tomato and looks to be bolted.
Yeah, so Toxic's scoring 8 points. That means he'll finish 1 point behind Black Phoenix in the race for the F2 title. So crucial from Forbes. Will Forbes' soft tyres make the end of the Grand Prix?
I don't know. I think they will drop off at some point, but I don't think they'll puncture Big C. But I'm more concerned about Cameron's tyres. It's been on them 22 laps.
Yeah, Lordy, I do agree, but it is the hard compound tyres, so they've got that durability.
Yeah, I do agree, but Skeven, the likes of Skeven is coming, and the likes of Tico is catching Skeven, and the likes of Dutch is catching Tico, so they're all closing up again.
Yeah, so it's really, the big crescendo at the end of the Grand Prix. That 32 or 36 will Gill or VRT Zach win the race, or will it be Toxic Tomato or Black Phoenix taking the F2 title, taking the title currently held by Will Murdoch. So, yeah, Lordy, it's going to be an interesting, fascinating, exciting final few laps.
Yeah, Tico and Dutch are going to exchange positions. Yeah, very easy from Tico. Just says, you know what, mate, I'll give you the position. He's in non-ERS. He has none really to play with anyway. As he's only sitting pretty on 29%. But neither does Dutch. Dutch also on 29%. Turns it right down. As he knows, he's got double DRS. And that is 6th place secured. Regardless of penalties, of course.
It is indeed. So Grooney down in P14. What could it be for Grooney, Lordy? He's on for probably a podium or fighting for that top 5, and just nowhere.
Yeah, Big C. Just a bit of an update. I know Luke Green's one of your favourite friends, but Cameron has closed it back into a second.
Yeah, Lordy, this is going to go to the final lap. It could be, a Glock moment. I hope you're ready.
I am ready. I am prepared. I think he deserves it. I'm not going to lie. Especially after this performance, it's been very good from him. The midfield is where you don't want to be, really. It's one of the worst places to start in a Grand Prix. You can't go forwards, you can't go backwards. The only place you're going is in the wall in the midfield, especially in some leagues. It's like a death trap, and he's dealt with it beautifully. Started P8 on the grid, and he's come through, and he's currently fighting for a podium, but not just a podium, Big C, the championship title. Look, he's using all the ERS to close in. He knows what's at stake. He won't go down the inside here, though. Very, very calculated from the Racing Point driver. We're just going to stay on board with him just to see what he can do. We know he has a penalty, but so does everybody else on the grid so far. He will use overtake down the straight, but I think he's got to wait a couple more laps just to get it done beautifully.
He will indeed. Yeah, 1 penalty each for Forbes and Toxic, and yeah, Steven's got a couple more penalties. So yeah, they're battling for position.
Position they are battling. And the likes of Dutch Big C, it's fair to say, don't count him out just yet, because he is catching Skeven and he's nearly on the back of Skeven. I don't think he'll touch these guys, but a solid 5th place isn't too bad from Dutch.
Indeed, more yellow flags for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not seeing anything on my circuit map. So very strange goings on as we head into the final couple of laps again. And Toxic Tomato has to get 3rd to win the title.
Is he in DRS range? Yeah, he's 0.2 of a second closer, Big C. So he's really putting in a shift in on these hard tyres. He's been on these hard tyres for 25 laps. And he's going to continue on these hard tyres for another 3, Big C. So he's really rinsing these hards. But here we go. The championship move. Is that it from Toxic Tomato? He's in 3rd at the moment, but will Forbes fight back? But like I said before, double DRS. But look at the traction Forbes gets out of there. He's really going to fight it, or is he? No. He's in 0 mixture, Big C. So maybe Forbes has a bit of pace under the quilt through the middle sector.
Yeah, I do agree. I won't rule out Dutch Tricks catching if these guys continue to battle, because he is on a set of softs for Skeven to get through first. So yeah, that is a championship winning move for Toxic Tomato. As it stands, he will be the F2 champion, scoring 10 World Championship points compared to Black Phoenix scoring 0.
Black Phoenix cannot influence the decision, Big C. He is out of the running. 21 seconds separate him and Kurax. He is out of the running. There's nothing Black Phoenix can do. If he wants to win it, he's got to keep that 3rd place. Cameron has got to fight for his life going down this straight, because Forbes is not going to give this up. Look at the traction Cameron gets out of there. Nearly hits the pit wall on the inside. But Forbes, he's going to stick it in overtake, which is what I like to see. You know, not pussying out. A lot of these drivers, you know, oh, he's my friend, oh, he's my friend, oh, I don't want to overtake him, he's my friend, but Paul's going to down the inside, Big C, oh no! Oh, luckily Cameron very smart and aware to evade that, but look at the traction difference, Big C, he's got nothing left.
He hasn't done it. I'm just going to check the standings just to check that I've got the calculations correct, because you know, we don't want to get too excited.
Yeah. You said 9 points throughout the entire race.
9 points between these guys, so 10 points, Black Phoenix scoring 0.
Yeah, Black Phoenix, like I said, cannot influence this as CC Brain overtakes Pit Matt for 17th and 18th, but Pit Matt comes back. Wait, well, Big C, I've just thought fastest lap. Why wasn't Black Phoenix pitted to try and get the fastest lap for a point?
No, he has to be in the top 10, Lordy.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. The rules. Too many rules.
It is indeed, Lordy, and we're already, this race has flown by as Gil is about to start the final lap here in the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit in Mexico.
Big C without any mistakes. I think Cameron's done it. I don't think Forbes has anything to answer. He's got 40% ERS, and there is 2 big straights coming up, but I don't think he's going to have... Is he going to have DRS? Surely. No DRS for Forbes. So has Toxic Tomato done enough? He has 1 more lap to complete to win the championship here in F2. It has been a thrilling battle for all the wrong reasons. The midfield has been an absolute mess, but it's been brilliant to watch. Some of these drivers really don't know when to quit, and Dutch is under pressure from his teammate Tico all round the outside. Big C actually just flicking back to 7th and 6th. As you see, Skeven is actually on the back of Forbes, Big C, so Skeven could be nabbing 4.
Yeah, we expect to see Dutch and Tico actually battling, so I believe they're good mates. So yeah, great stuff. But Cameron looks on course to be taking the title if he doesn't pick up another penalty. That is the question. He's 1 warning away, Lordy. 1 warning will give Black Phoenix the title, I believe.
Oh, 1 warning away. Cameron, just keep it on the circuit. We're going to stay on board with him through the middle sector, just to see if he... Oh, he's really pushing, but he knows. Yep, very tentative. Lovely from Cameron. Don't go wide there. Good. Very nice. But we're going to go on board through... What do you mean, Skeven? Skeven and Forbes going neck and neck final sector. But we've got to go to Gil, because he's had a fantastic race in the Williams Rocket Racing, or whatever it's called. Crosses the line to take P1. And that man there, Zach, takes a deserved P2. Should have been P1, but he didn't have the pace on the soft. He died at the end. But Toxic Tomato crosses the line in 3rd, and he keeps it. He is your F2 champion. The Racing Point man, fantastic from Cameron. Toxic Tomato, he must be delighted. We're going to go down the field 30 plus seconds behind Black Phoenix in no man's land. He had it all to lose, Big C, and he's nowhere.
Yep. It's shocking, but stuff like Toxic Tomato, champion of the world. So well done to Toxic Tomato, absolutely stunning. But yeah, Black Phoenix, I'm not an embarrassing performance. You know, so I don't understand what's gone wrong for him. You know, he was all there, and it just all went Lordy, just like that. But well done to Toxic Tomato, another young champion, a rising star, and you know, a lot of potential to improve, I think.
Yeah, fantastic. Two of the most pleasant lads I've spoken to in recent times, Toxic Tomato and Black Phoenix. It's a shame that one of them had to lose out, but Greeny bins it on the last lap, Big C. Oh, that's not very nice to see from the admin. Just binned it on the last lap. That's not very good. I don't like to see that. But Ollie Flavel, I think, will celebrate. He's got no wing, but will he give a bit of a donut for his teammate? Maybe. I don't know what their relationship is, Big C, but no. No, he doesn't feel. No, I don't think he feels like it. Pit Matt's doing a few. There you go. That's what you want. Friendship. There you go. Couple of donuts for that man, Cameron. And it's been a fantastic season to be a part of. So congratulations to Cameron, and also thank you to every viewer and every co-commentator I've had. I've had a few, and they've all been pretty good. Big C, I think you do top the list though.
Yeah, thank you again. You've been a pleasure. You know, to be alongside, as always, to be in your company is a great pleasure, despite some of the criticism that you do unfairly receive at times. So thank you, Lordy.
I may be an awful driver, but I'm an alright commentator. As Flying Frame says, anyway. Good old Flying Frame.
As I agree, and just, you know, an amazing finale, dramatic. And look at all those penalties. Everyone got one, didn't they?
Yeah, I know. Let's not celebrate the penalties. Let's celebrate that man. He got a podium. He got the championship. And he's been the standout performer in a lot of Grand Prix, especially early on in the season. He got it done very, very early. Black Phoenix did come back at him, and he really, really was fighting to the end. But a very dismal performance from that man has cost him the championship by one singular point. Timo Glock moment for Cameron, and absolute jubilation, delight, exuberance of excitement. It's great to see all these words. I don't know the meaning of, just firing them out there.
Yeah, indeed, Lordy, indeed. And are we going to be speaking to anyone?
Yes, we will. We will try and get the top three and Black Phoenix in.
Good.
We're going to be speaking to them all.
Exactly. Wonderful.
Do you have that Gil and Zach added? Okay. Yeah, it's taking its time to load, Big C. So if you can always pop them one. Yeah, just suggest.
Do you want CC suggesting?
Yeah, we'll have CC in. Maybe from a foreign land, but yeah. It's just I'm trying to go through the F1 thing, but it's a bit slow.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. Hello?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
Good. Might be acting a bit slow for them as well.
So F2 and the new admins, Greeny and CC, you know, putting a great grid and a great attitude of races together.
Champion of the world! Here he is! Champion of the world! Toxic Tomato, 55389. This man, fantastic performance from himself. We did invite a few others as well, just to get their opinions, but just give us a few words. How are you feeling?
Absolute limbs are everywhere.
Just take us through. Just take us through what's going on in that head of yours.
A lot. I can't really describe it. Oh, what a race.
It was going to either be heartbreak or heartmake. whatever that means. But yeah, Forbes made it difficult as best as he could, but
yeah,
it was really, really good.
At 31, I thought it was going to be heartbreak. Started to lose away from Forbes. Thankfully, the guards managed to get the job done.
Yeah, not only the championship but P3, you did it, the bare minimum. You did the bare minimum in the race to get it. But just a few words for Black Phoenix. Obviously, commiserations to you. But what happened?
Well, first, congrats to tomorrow. And secondly, well, I got a new controller today, and it's not very good for racing. Let me just say that. But yeah, I just had no pace. That was it.
Yeah, there was a few questionable wiggles through the middle sector that we were biting our nails at, especially on board with you, Black Phoenix. Really not your day today. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that was the toughest sector.
Yeah, it was a shame to see. We also invited CC Brain. I don't know if he'll show his face. Another title contender. Could have won. Very slims of, minimalist of margins, but could have won. But I don't think he wants to show his face after another dismal performance from him as well. But Big C, do you have any questions?
Yeah,
please,
just a quick one to both these guys. Obviously, you've been like the top two in this season, but it's fair to say, with no disrespect to both of you, like you've really not really dominated the league or had the outright pace. Like, obviously, you're both in contention to be in F1 next season, but do you actually feel ready, to race against Louis and Blizzard and people like that? Both of you.
No. I don't.
Okay. What about you, Cam?
A bit off Blizzard.
But would you take the chance if it was offered to you?
Definitely.
Alright, well, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, but yeah, congratulations, and just a quick thing for me. Thank you to Lordy for the commentary and also the admins, the drivers. F2's finally a reputable league, and it isn't a stain on the site anymore. So yeah, well done to everyone who's won, who hasn't won, and of course turned up. Ollie for the bell, you've always been here, you've done a great job. So yeah, thanks to everyone for being involved with F2, and it's been amazing, Ollie.
Good. I'm glad that the director's happy with something that I've done for a change. Yeah, F2's been absolute spectacle to watch. Some of the best driving I've seen in a long time. Just being a commentator, it's been a privilege. I know I've missed a few races, either being on holiday or being a bit poorly. But when I have been here, it's been a joy. There's not really been a race that I've regretted doing. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's been a part of. Like BC said, thank you to the admins and all that, and also congratulations to Gil and the newcomer Zach for the win for Gil, and then obviously the second place for Zach. So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, here you have it. That's the end of the stream. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. You've got your champion, Toxic Tomato. He'll have the last word, I'm sure, before the stream ends. And obviously, commiserations to Black Phoenix, who did put on a very, very impressive show, even though he had some unlucky moments. I think Spain was the highlight of the unlucky moments for Black Phoenix, unfortunately. But yeah, here you go. Last word from Cameron. What do you say? Oh well, tune in not next week, but later on in the week for F3 and F4, where the finales of them. I think F4 has been concluded with Jay Carter being the champion, but I think F3 is still open and up for grabs. So we'll see you then.